Hi, I'm Harris Greene. I read The Mirror Cracked by Agatha Christie. For my first slide, I want to start with a quote that really sets the tone for The Mirror Cracked, which is my hook. And the line goes, "She stood there, her face frozen with horror. A scream tried to escape, but her lips were too paralyzed to move. Something was terribly, terribly wrong, and she knew she couldn't turn back now." This moment pretty much just grabs our attention and makes us wonder what could have happened, and it pulls us into the suspense and the mystery that fills this wonderful novel. The setting. This story is set in the quiet village of St. Mary Mead, where everyone knows each other's business. Basically, it's just a small, peaceful setting and the last place that you'd expect a shocking murder to happen, which kind of adds tension to the story. And it's a place that feels safe and familiar for Christie, but Christie shows us how danger can even exist in the most ordinary places. Agatha Christie, of course. The main characters. So the main character, like the central character, is Miss Marple, who's an elderly woman, but is incredibly observant and sharp-minded, and she's a detective. And she's always catching the details that others miss. And then we have Marina Gregg. She's a actress, and her husband is Jason Rudd, who's very protective. Heather Badcock is another key character. She's a local woman, and her past makes her quite memorable. And Inspector Craddock, who works alongside Miss Marple to solve the case. And basically, each character brings something unique to the story, adding to the mystery and suspense as we try to figure out who's responsible for the murder. So, yeah, those are the characters. The beginning of the plot. The mystery begins at a party thrown by Marina Gregg. During this event, a local woman named Heather Badcock drinks a cocktail meant for Marina, and it kills her. And this is a very shocking moment, and it turns the party upside down and sends everyone into panic. Obviously, the question is, why would someone try to harm Marina? But also, they wonder if Heather was actually the intended target. And this murder kicks off the story, setting Miss Marple on a path to find out what really happened. The plot continued. So towards the middle of the plot, Miss Marple digs deeper and uncovers secrets and hidden motives among the people connected to the case. She learns about Marina's troubled past and begins to suspect that several people might have reasons for wanting to harm her. There's a slow buildup of tension as Miss Marple gathers evidence and clues, and each character's secrets make the mystery more complex, and you can feel the tension rise as we get closer to the truth, and it keeps us wondering who could be responsible. The main conflict. Basically, the main conflict in the story is Miss Marple's struggle to uncover the truth. Basically, there's just a bunch of lies and secrets that she figures out, and she has to figure out who might have wanted Marina dead, and more importantly, why Heather Badcock was the one who ended up dying. This web of secrets creates suspense throughout the story as Miss Marple carefully unravels each layer. Christie keeps us guessing about the killer's identity, and the suspense builds as we try to solve the puzzle along with Miss Marple. Personal connection. Personally, this book reminded me of the movie Murder on the Orient Express, which I've watched, and I have never read the book, but it's a book written by Agatha Christie, and I felt they were just similar because they're written by the same author, and it's full of unexpected twists and turns. Both stories are, and for me, I relate to Miss Marple's determination to find out the truth, because no matter how hard it might be, it's similar to how in real life we sometimes have to trust our instincts and keep pushing forward even when things get challenging. The academic response. I'd say The Mirror Cracked is a medium-level book in terms of difficulty. Agatha Christie's writing is clear and straightforward, but she adds a lot of little clues that make the mystery more challenging to solve. One technique I found that was interesting to me is how she focuses on the tiny details that later turn into like really important details. And her style is meant to keep the reader engaged because it like makes you feel like you're also solving the mystery, like you're also a detective and you're searching for the hints to piece together the mystery. So, yeah. My recommendations and final thoughts. I rated this book a 7.6 out of 10. I don't really read books that often, like probably once every like 5 years, but I don't love books, and so reading this was a little hard for me. I actually had to listen to an audiobook to get all the way through it, but overall it was alright. It was a decent book. I just didn't like the act of reading it. And I would recommend this book to people who enjoy mystery novels or detective stories because, you know, it's fun to try to solve the puzzle. But, yeah, overall, I thought the book was exciting and full of suspense. And her plot twists and clever clues kept me guessing until the very end. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my report. Have a good day.